Hello, soulmates. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to this channel, you are highly welcome. So, guys, in today's tutorial, I'll be taking you through the process of recreating this gown that is showing right now on the screen. So, if this is a tutorial you're interested in, please like this video, drop a comment for me in the comment section, share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and let's get right into the tutorial. So guys, for that outfit you will need two colors of your crepe fabric, so depending on the two colors you are combining. So for the larger part you will need about 2 yards to 2.5 yards, while for the other color you will need just half yard of that color. So 2 yards to 2.5 of the larger color, and the smaller color you just need half yard. So you also need your suit lining, so depending on how full you want the lining to be. Then you also need your stay, you need your stay, and also a zipper, so your matching zipper. So aside from all this material you will also need to make cover buttons. So these are my cover buttons, so you will use the other color of the fabric to make this cover button, and for the cover button I made about 18 of them. So let's start with the pattern drafting of the upper bodies. So this is my upper bodies, and this is a princess that bustier. So I don't need to draft this pattern from the beginning because I already have a tutorial on my channel. So if you need a tutorial on this, please let me know in the comment section and I will send you the link to this on how to draft this. So I've already drafted this pattern, so let's just go over to the neckline of the blouse. So when you are drafting this pattern, make sure that your pattern paper is on fold because it has this asymmetric neckline, so you need to cut this on fold. So now for the neckline wideness I'm using just 3¼ inch. Then for the depth of this, so the first thing I did was to note my upper bust, that is the chest line of my client. So whatever the chest line is, just go up by 1 inch so that it is not too low. You know, this is a corporate gown, so it doesn't have to be showing the bust. So whatever your chest line is, just go up by 1 inch, or let's say ½ inch. Then you just mark a line like I did. So after that, you connect this straight up to the neckline. You know, we've measured 3¼ at this upper side, so just connect it like this in form of a square. So this was what I did. So the wideness of this neckline is 3¼ inch. So the next thing I did was to go inward by 1 inch. So I went inward by 1 inch like this. Then you will connect this upward. So guys, so when you are marking this on your pattern, please make sure that you are marking it on the side you want this to be, because it was after I marked this I noticed that it should actually be on the other side, because from the inspiration, so it was not like this, it was on the other side. So I have to draw what I marked there at this other side. So that one that I marked initially now is a mistake. So though it is correct, but I have to remark it at this point. Sure, you understand. So in case you want yours to be at that other side, it's fine. But for this slantness, I think it is towards the, is it the right or the left? But it's out towards a side, and I want it to be on the side that the inspiration onto is. So I want the slantness to be on that side also. I can't even remember if it's left or right, but at this side of my pattern paper, that's where I did it. So after you are done, you just need to connect this point here to the end of this line over there. So assuming you are using the side, so you just connect from this other side. I hope you understand. Hope this is not confusing. So now this is what I want it to look like. So now you go ahead and just cut the neckline away. So this is what the neckline looks like. So let me go ahead and cut the other part of my pattern. So I'll be disposing one of this side because it does not affect, the symmetric neckline does not affect the side, just the center front. So now since we've gotten the neckline, so let's move over to the back bodies. So guys, this is the back bodies and I've already drafted everything. The only thing left is just the neckline. In case you don't know how to draft this, so in the princess that bustier video, it will also be part of it. So if you need the tutorial, just let me know and I will send you the link. So I've went ahead to prevent zip bulging on my pattern. Like I said, the only thing I need to do on this pattern is the neckline. So the wideness of the neckline for the back will also be the same as the front, which is 3¼ inch, while the depth will be 1 inch. So 3¼ inch by 1 inch. So when you are measuring the 3¼ inch, please measure after the zipper allowance. So guys, let's move over to the skirt part. So this is the skirt part. Let me just label. So this is my waist, this is the hip line, this is the knee length, that is from the shoulder or from the waist to the knee, and this is the gown length. So depending on the length you want to work with, so mine is at, I think, 5 inches below the knee length. So that was my gown length over there. So now, like I said, I'm working with 45 inches, so this is where 45 inches is getting to. And for the waist measurement, that's my half length. So my half length, I think, is about 16 inches. So that's what I have right there. So the upper part from the waistline upward, so that's like the excess, the remaining part of the pattern paper, which I'll be cutting away. So now at the waist area, I will measure my waist measurement divided by 4. So your waist measurement divided by 4, then you add 1 inch for that allowance. So at the hip line, you measure your hip divided by 4 also. So whatever your hip divided by 4 is, you take the measurement at this point. So no need of any dart allowance at the hip area. So your hip divided by 4 also, you will measure it at the knee length and also at the gown length. But don't worry, we'll still take out some parts, we'll take out some part away just to make this gown pencil. So just mark it like this. So I like to mark my own straight first before I now shape it for the pencil gown. So now let me connect my hip to my waistline. So this is what I have. If you also notice, I'm cutting my skirt part on fold. I'm cutting this on fold because there will be a joining around, there will be a joining there. So just keep watching. So now at the hip line, I went down by 4 inches. Then at that point, I take something below, like lesser than half inch. Then moving downward, I took ½ inch, I increased it to 3/4. Then at the end of the gown, I measured 1 inch. This is just to make this pencil. So as you can see, the way it is looking like this. So I think at the end of this gown, at the gown length area, I took about 1¼ inch. So this will give me the pencil shape that I want. So I'm just trying to get the perfect pencil shape that I want right here. So now I'll be cutting that part away. So guys, it's time to measure the dart. So for your dart to align with the upper bodies, you can just measure what you have at the center front of the upper bodies. Just measure what you have there, and that's what you will just use. So you will measure what you have there and just transfer it so that when you are joining this, it can align. Please make sure you measure, because you know we've deducted like ½ inch from the bust span at the upper part. If you understand, you will know what I'm saying. So just make sure you use what you have there, so that when you want to join this to your upper bodies, you don't have, so that the darts can align. So when you have the same measurement, the darts of the upper part and the lower part will align. So this is the dart point. So now let me go ahead and just cut out this pattern. So guys, this is the skirt pattern, and I'll also be using this one for the back, also. So like I said earlier, that this is on fold, so there's a joining around one side, so there's a joining around there. So that's where the cover button were arranged. So I will try and mark it out now. So for what I will do is, the line, as you can see, the center of this dart, I'll be taking the measurement downward. So I'll be taking it downward to the end of this skirt pattern. So just keep connecting the line straight downward like this. So we'll be cutting on this line. So now when you want to cut, you divide your pattern, then you cut it out. So another thing I did was to cut away the dart at this point, so that when I just want to join this side, I just join with half inch all through. So I'll cut away the darts. So when I'm transferring this pattern to my fabric, I'll just add half inch. I'll add half inch on both sides. Initially we have to take in this dart if there was no joining at this point, but since there's the joining there, I'll cut away the darts. Then when I want to transfer this to my fabric, I'll just add half inch at this side, but the dart of this other part is still there. The dart is still there, so let me try and locate it. Let me try and notch the point, so that when I want to transfer to my fabric, I'll also note it on my fabric. So this is what we have. So in case you want to use the same pattern for the back body, so just add the zipper allowance. And if you want to cut away the darts, you can cut away the dart for the back. So I'll also explain everything, so just keep watching. So guys, let's move over to the sleeve. So this is my sleeve, and this is cut on fold also. So this is on fold. So for your sleeve length, so the sleeve length is actually very long, so you have to add at least 4 inches to your wrist measurement. That is, let's say your wrist measurement is 22 inches, so add extra 4 inches because the sleeve is very long. So after that, what I did was to divide this wrist side into two. Actually, on this pattern, I've not added the extra 4 inches. I'm still working with my perfect wrist length, that is from my shoulder to my wrist, but when I want to transfer this to the fabric, I'll be adding the extra 4 inches. So now just divide like this. Let's assume you've added your own 4 inches to it, so just divide like this. As you can see how I divided it from the wrist side upward. So I'm trying to make sure the line is straight. So you measure it like this. Just divide this side into two, then you just connect it upward like that. So what we are trying to achieve here is that we want to, so the joining of the sleeve will be at this, on this line, so it won't be at the regular place, so it will be on this line. So what I will do now, I will cut this open, then I will tape this smaller parts to the other side. So you will see that very soon. So you will tape it down to the other side. So this small side here, so you open it up like this, then you place this to this side. So when I was placing this on this side, I noticed that I think I have excess at the curve on my pattern, that is at the bicep area. That curve at that point is too much, so I reduced it so that it can also balance up when I'm placing the pattern together. So in case if you cut yours and it will not be your sleeve measurement, please don't do that. So mine was too much. When I was drafting it, I added excess there, so I'm trying to cut it out. So this is how I will place the pattern on the fabric when I want to cut, so they won't be joining at the regular area. So it's the new place we cut out, that's where the joining will be. So that's where the joining will be. So this is what the sleeve will look like. So guys, in my next video, I'll be showing you how to transfer all this pattern on your fabric, how to cut the fabric, the lining, the other color of the fabric, the color and everything. I'll be explaining that in another video. So I don't want this video to be too long, because if I add that video to this one, it will enter about 30 to 40 minutes, and I don't want it to be that long. So that will be in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, please like this video, drop a comment for me in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and also click on that bell icon so that you can get notified when I drop the part 2 of this tutorial. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked, please like this video, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.